What up, YouTube? What up, TikTok? It's your boy Crash Out Cuddy with no teleprompter news, and this is an exclusive crime alert edition of no teleprompter news. Let's get right into it. What is Lady Bird Lake? All right, Lady Bird Lake. A lot of us have names in each of our residential areas of lakes, ponds, and rivers. But in Austin, Texas, that name means something even deeper. Lady Bird Lake is a 6-mile river-like reservoir on the Colorado River in Austin, Texas. The city created the reservoir in 1960 as a cooling pond for a new power plant. Largely used for recreational purposes, Lady Bird Lake has a surface area of 416 acres and reaches a depth of 18 feet. Swimming is not permitted in the lake, mainly due to the number of drownings that have happened over the years from strong currents. Now let's fast forward to 2022. Rick Park's body was found and was the first of 4 bodies that were located in Austin Lake. All right, and this is according to KXAN News. Park's body was retrieved near 9 East Avenue on July 14th, 2022. Christopher Gutierrez was found on December 10th near Road and South Lake Boulevard. Austin Police Department found no foul play in their initial reports of the incident. Of both Parks and Gutierrez, investigations were closed. Now, December 19th of that same year of 2022, near the pedestrian bridge on South Lamar Boulevard, a man was later charged with murder involving a shooting crash that claimed Moreno's life. Then Kyle Thornton was found unalive near Congress Avenue Bridge on December 28th, and the APD determined no foul play. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect all of these here shortly. Let's fast track to 2023. Now 5 bodies were pulled from Lady Bird Lake. The first was Jason John, found on February 13th, 2023, near 30 East Avenue. Travis County Medical Examiner ruled the Schmeth an accidental drowning. But less than a month later, on March 5th, Clifton Axtell's body was found near 1100 West Riverside Drive, and the medical examiner could not determine the cause of unaliving. Raised some red flags. Then on April 1st, Jonathan Honey was found near 10th Rainey Street. On the medical examiner ruled that his unaliving was an accidental schmowning. 2 weeks later, Christopher Hawk Clark was found near the 2700 block of Counterbury Street, and the APD said in their investigation that there was no foul play or suspicious circumstances. These are a lot of unalivings that are said to have had no foul play. Now, could this be because the Austin Police Department does not want to raise anarchy or questions of concerns? Or is there really a serial unaliver in Austin, Texas?
All right, good morning. I'm Corporal Jose Mendez. That's Josemendez, and I'm with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. So before I provide any information about the death investigation that's currently underway here near the 90 block of Congress Avenue, on behalf of the Austin Police Department, our condolences go out to the victim's family, friends, and anybody that may be affected by this tragic and unfortunate situation that took place this morning or late last night. I can't begin to imagine how the family moves forward in the next few days, weeks, or even months, but I want to assure the family that we here at APD will do everything we can to figure out what took place here this morning and how this happened. With that said, at approximately 8:21 a.m. this morning, just before 8:30, APD officers responded to Lady Bird Lake here in the area of 90 Congress Avenue, and that was in reference to a welfare check. We did have a caller call our 911 center stating that while they were jogging, they believed to observe an individual face down in the water. At that time, Austin police officers, the Austin Fire Department, Austin Travis County EMS responded to the scene. They quickly located an individual face down in the water and recovered that individual from the water. Unfortunately, at approximately 9:08 this morning, that individual was pronounced deceased here on scene. At this time, we have homicide detectives on scene. We have several of our patrol units from our downtown area We have our crime scene specialists, as well as a few officers from our Department of Public Safety assisting in this investigation. Right now, we're trying to determine what actually took place and why this happened.
So fast track to June 27th of 2024, last year. 2 bodies were found not far from Ladyburg Lake. So far this year, in and near Ladyburg Lake on February 5th, 2024, a woman's body was found near 300 West Cesar Chavez Street. The APD told my SA, right, because this was in San Antonio, right, that there was no foul play. So a series of unalivings linked to one Central Texas lake has made locals and true crime enthusiasts curious as to whether or not they're all connected to one proprietor. Now, despite all this law enforcement repeatedly denying any notion of a serial unaliver in Austin over the past years, there are a lot of bodies getting dumped in Ladybird Lake, all right? 11 since 2022, right? Now let's fast track this all the way down and how this ties to Austin, Texas. So, homicide detectives were on the scene for a recent unaliving in Austin, Texas, right? That occurred when medical examiners upped the count in 2024 to 20 plus bodies in recent years. There is a petition request that the city improve safety measures and enhance proper lighting, trail cameras, and barricades around the lake. So if there isn't any serial unaliver in Austin, Texas, then why are there residents calling for a petition of safety, right? For a petition of safety. Okay, now let's tie this into San Antonio, Texas. SAPD and Bexar County Sheriff deputies are investigating 2 separate connected incidents on Saturday morning. SAPD officers were dispatched to a shooting shortly after 2 a.m. in the 7,000 block of Wood Lake Parkway, which is located near Walsham and on the northeast side and near Foster Road. So let's dive into that side of San Antonio here in the last 2 weeks. So here's a video.
Fired into a northeast side home, kill a 25-year-old woman. Minutes later, a 43-year-old woman dies in a violent car crash after Bexar County deputies say she refused to pull over. 2 separate incidents, but Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar told us today they're connected. He hasn't specified how, but in the meantime, here's what we know about each. Just after 2 a.m. today, SAPD officers got to a home on Wood Lake Parkway, not far from Gibbs Sprawl and Walsham Roads. Inside, officers found that 25-year-old woman shot multiple times.
So even after all of that information, it seems to me that a crime grade violent crime map highlights the safest areas in Woodlawn Lake in green and then other areas in red. Statistics show that Woodlawn ranks the 24th percentile of safety, meaning it is safer than 24% of the neighborhoods, but less safe than 76%, meaning this is a high crime rate around Woodlawn Lake. All right. There are a multitude of unalivings happening right now in that side of San Antonio, which now has San Antonio residents looking into the total crime counts rather than the per capita rates, which is alarming a lot of us. There are rumors, and we are inclined to agree with these rumors because this is in our own backyard and we see exactly what's happening in the city of San Antonio, Texas. There are a string of unalivings that remind us of what happened in the 90s. Prior to Southwest High School being built, there were a multitude of bodies being dropped in that river. Fast forward 20-something odd years later, almost 30 years later, we see the same pattern. Could it be that the Austin unaliver has trickled his way down an hour and a half to San Antonio, Texas? I believe so. I believe the string of missing children, the stream of missing reports for adult women, kind of reminds us of the serial unaliver that we had in San Antonio around this same time, Mr. Alvarado, who took part in searching and finding women, strangling them, and unaliving them. Now, he was prosecuted years ago and put behind bars on counts of the serial murdering. But this has people wondering, well, if there was already one serial unaliver, why have we not accounted for the opportunity or the thought of another? I ask you guys to buckle up, stay safe, and stay vigilant, because there is indeed a serial unaliver in the city of San Antonio. And this has been No Teleprompter News with True Crime in San Antonio.